on Boond Soch ttalk train of thought with a series of episodes with Dr. Anil Bradoo, who is a director of urology at IMAST and also past president of Urological Society of India and also past president of Mumbai Urological Society and IMA Chambur past president. And in fact, there is a center that's an Access Urology Center in Chambur, which is the most prominent center, and I think that the various services what they offer. So welcome back to this ttalk Boond Soch. I think it's an exciting journey. What we have recollected, the basic foundation it seems was laid in a school. Like the teachers plays a very crucial role in nurturing the child.
I think your character and your personality develops in your secondary school.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I think that was a single major contribution which has made me what I am today.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say that, what I am saying is that let us look at the end result. Someone qualifies as a surgeon.
Mm-hmm.
He's done an MCH in urology or cardiovascular surgery or in any branch of medicine for that matter of fact. And he gets into practice.
Mm-hmm.
One thing is, of course, his skills, his academic proficiency.
Mm-hmm.
But what makes him successful is not just what he has achieved in his learning in medicine.
Mm-hmm.
What actually plays a very, very major role in part of his success is his ability to communicate.
Mm-hmm.
Is he able to talk well to the patients? Is he able to talk well to his team? Is he able to talk well to his team managers? Is he able to convey not only to the patients but also to his peers what exactly he's wanting to do?
Mm-hmm.
People remember you not because whatever surgery I might do relieves you of that pain and symptom. He will thank you and he will, in today's time, everybody thinks you're just like a client.
Correct.
So you paid for your services, you got your services.
Mm-hmm.
So what? You've done my operation, but I've paid you for that.
Correct.
So that's your job.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact is that when you relate to that person, not just like a client, as a human being, and you're able to build that rapport, that smile on your face, the cheerfulness on your face, the confidence which you can give to a patient and to his relatives in the first meeting, builds up a relationship which is going to remain for life.
Correct.
Because not only will the patient and the relative remember the way you spoke to them, whether you were empathetic, whether you were listening to them, whether you answered their queries very well, and whether you attended to their problems with the compassion which they expect from a doctor.
Correct.
These are the memories which people take with them. And I'm sure this is there in all walks of life. It is not just between in medicine between a patient and a doctor, but in all walks of life is the way you relate to someone. People ask me so often now, that I attended a conference recently which was only on conducted by a pharmaceutical company where I was invited as one of the panelists on a panel discussion. They were talking of how COVID has changed times and now everything is going towards digitalization and how the digital industry is the way forward to conduct webinars, seminars, meetings, discussion. And my first important point was media is fine, but when you're dealing with real life issues, you have to be there on the playfield. You have to talk to people directly. You cannot be on a device.
Correct.
Because your device will not understand what is happening on the opposite side.
Correct.
So although I may look at the device confidently and I may be able to put forth my point confidently, I do not know what the receiver is receiving.
Correct.
I do not know the body language or I don't have any eye contact with who is watching, and I do not know whether I am on the right track, whether I need to say the same things or whether I need to ask them a question now, whether I should give them the opportunity to correct myself. So there are so many lacunae in dealing in a relationship which can hinder the progress of that relationship, which will not happen in a digital field. So it is ultimately your speaking ability. So I think communication, compassion, humane feelings which you can give, eye contact, and the gesture which you can give by just putting your hand on the shoulder of the patient.
Correct.
on the relative and saying, don't worry, we are there to help you.
Yeah.
No, don't worry, you're welcome. Don't hesitate to contact me if you require. I think these are the factors, and this you learn in your school.
Correct.
If you learn how to talk,
Correct.
and you're taught and you see and you learn all this in school, this will remain with you for your lifetime.
That's a base foundation which is
Exactly.
built up over
You don't have to learn the art of speaking after you qualify as an engineer or an architect or an industrialist.
Correct.
You know them. If you know them, you already reached there.
Correct.
Which is why schooling is important. It is not the exams in the school, and I would like to repeat, it is not these qualifying exams, the NEET exams or the competitive exams which give you or the entrance exams, which are the criteria which will help you in your life. They'll only get you into the next spot.
Correct.
But what will help you is whether your understanding of human nature, your understanding of what you are dealing with is already imbibed in your personality.
Correct.
So your personality as a person is what is only made in school. It is 9 out of 10. I'm saying 1 out of 10. You could always develop, go for courses, classes, learn a language. All the skills obviously you can always learn. But all these things, just like you say, a child learns a language by listening to his mother and father or people at home.
Correct.
He's not really taught. He doesn't go for any course.
Correct.
And if you speak well, good language, the brain is so sharp, it picks up everything.
Picks up everything.
It will pick up the bad things, it will pick up the good things.
Correct.
So if you're, whatever you're doing, there are good things in your schooling age, you will pick up all those things.
Correct.
And that will remain part of you. And I think that is what helps you as a human being and as a person, as a professional, all through your life. So I think emphasis on school, I say that is the most important part of anyone's life.
Okay. And sir, also you were part of sports. Which is the sports which you used to play like quite often?
Well, I think I took part in some sports, not all sports, but of course, like any orthodox Indian, cricket was my first sport which I would go to. But apart from cricket, I did enjoy playing table tennis, badminton, and volleyball. These are the 4 sports I really enjoyed participating in. If you notice, they're all team sports by and large. You're part of the team and you're motivating each other and doing something.
I think that's the thing which makes again foundation more strong, with the culture which are inculcated by the teachers, and then again your passion to mental and physical aspects of your exercise as such.
Well, I think when you say you're a very sporting person, what does it mean? Where does that word come from? Because you learn in sport that it's important to participate and important to be a team man.
Correct.
And it's not, and you're going to lose some and you're going to win some.
Correct.
That's what you call a sporting. When you appreciate something else done by somebody easily and said, okay, no, that today you did better than me. Your team won because they played their game well. That is what makes you a sporting person. So I think sports is also a very important part, which makes your mind, fertile. It makes you accept both success and defeat equally with same joy.
Dr. Anil, I think once you step into medicines, so what was the feeling of your parents? I'm sure once you crack those tests and get into that medicines first day at the school. So what was the reaction of family member?
Well, I do recollect that and I was so silly actually. My father was waiting for my result. My father was in business, and I think he was only 21 when he lost his father way back in 1945. And he had 6 brothers and 1 sister and a large family to take care of. So he couldn't pursue his education further, although he was very much keen. And all his life he felt that he missed out on education and he had to go to work straight away when he was only 21. So he felt that since my son is doing well, I think he should do as much possible, whatever opportunities come your way, you should do well in education. So when my result came and I got into medicine, he was waiting eagerly for me to get the results from SIAS college and come home. And I was in my own world. I had taken a bus ride to KM hospital and other hospitals because my colleague friend who was also with me said, why not, let's go and see these colleges because our marks are good, we are likely to get into this college and that college. So I spent 3 to 4 hours going by bus to 3 out of those 4 colleges only to see where these colleges are. And I came home a little later in the day, in the evening, and my father was actually waiting right from 12 o'clock in the afternoon till 5 p.m. When my son, and there was no phones at that time.
Correct.
There were phones, but I didn't even think of calling home. I came at home and my father said, "Arey, kya hua?" And I said, "No, I think Dad, I will get it." So he said, get what? I think I'll get medicine. So he was so thrilled, he was so happy, and I think that is a joy on his face which I saw that day, and even on my mother's face, which I can never forget. So yes, they were overjoyed because nobody was, as I said, remotely connected with medicine in my family earlier. So after I finished my urology training in India, I'd already qualified as a MCH urologist and a DNB urologist. I was wanting to have some more experience in urology, and through the best help and advice from my teacher, Dr. Sharad Bapat, who's a very leading urologist in India, I was able to get into a senior registrar's post in rotating training of higher specialty training, they call in urology in England. So I worked not only in Wales, also in Scotland and also in north of England. And 4 years I was working there in senior registrar's post with the responsibilities. And there it is where under the program director, I was able to give the fellowship exam in the Royal College of Surgeons of England, which is a exit exam in urology, which was held in London. So that is how I did the FRCS urology in London.
Nice.
That is a qualification which actually allows you to become a consultant in the United Kingdom.
I see.
And at the end of it, I was a consultant for 4 months in the United Kingdom, but I had already decided to come back home. I wanted to be back in Mumbai. I wanted to be back with our people. I wanted to be back with my parents. I wanted to be back working for my people. I mean, I didn't think that it was fair that I got my entire training literally free of cost at the Sion Hospital and the LTMG hospital in Mumbai, and that I would not be able to, help patients in my own city and my own country. So I think that was one of the basic desires I'd had even before going to the United Kingdom, and I thought I must come back to my roots.
I think it's a great learning. The target audience are listening to Dr. Anil Bradoo, like many of them, like normally who go abroad for their higher studies and they tend to stay over there, but coming back, वतन की मिट्टी ने बुलाया है, like, and being part of a community of our own people and serving the society at large. I think very few people are there who have those kind of concern. And Dr. Anil, I think it's a real great social cause coming back and helping the society at large. Like that's a great. Many people they go abroad and they don't come back. Like,
well, I think it's opportunities. If today it's a global world, so I wouldn't say it's each person has to decide what appeals to him most.
Correct.
And I think to me, my parents being here and my upbringing being in Mumbai, and I think that joy and pleasure I would get to treat people from my own country is unmatched. I would not get that joy treating someone from a country where I have not been brought up or where I have not spent so much part of my life. I think it's just that sometimes you are emotionally bonded with your roots, and I think that may have played a role in my life.
Good, great. ऐसी बातें दिल को छू जाती है, and I'm sure Dr. Anil Bradoo have come to India with a larger purpose to help the society at large. I think there's a great insights to what exclusively on this ttalk platform we are getting a story of Dr. Anil Bradoo. Just go to www.ttalk.net, subscribe and like the channel as much as you can, and catch up with Dr. Anil Bradoo in our next episode of ttalk Boond Soch. So thanks a lot for making a presence over. Thank you very much.
Pleasure again.